I'm standing in for Tutor Ayo. And on today's class, I will be taking us on the course POL221. Sorry. I'll be taking us on the course POL221. Don't forget to share, subscribe, and like. So that has been said, let's hop straight into the class. So in today's class, we'll be talking on emergence of nationalism in Nigeria. Can we also the board? No, please. Let me just, yeah. I believe we can all see the board now. Please, if you are online, do notify by greeting, saying hello. Let us know you are online. So the emergence of nationalism in Nigeria. Sorry, has to be in Nigeria. Mr. Joe says, good evening, ma. Good evening, Mr. Joe. So, nationalism in Nigeria could be traced to the southern part of the country, spearheaded by those whose thinking was shaped by European ideas. Please, can you all see the board, please? Please let me know if you can see the board. Thank you. Nationalism in Nigeria could be traced to the southern part of the country. Spearheaded by those whose thinking was shaped by European ideas. So let's continue, please. Antagonistic to the policy of indirect rule which was seen as anachronistic. nationalism in Nigeria could be traced to the southern part of the country. This nationalism in Nigeria, it was traced to the southern part of the country. Okay, sorry about that. It was traced to the southern part of the country, spearheaded by those whose thinking was shaped by European ideas. They brought ideas together with the Europeans. So those are the people who nationalism in Nigeria was traced to, which are the southern parts of the country. And antagonistic to the policy of indirect rule, which seen as anachronistic, out of place ruling class, traditional chiefs in power rather than the westernized elites. So among the motivators were the prominent American-based activists such as Marcus Garvey and W.E.B. Du Bois, and Nigeria students who joined those from other colonies in Pan-Americans. So let me put that down. Where we have American-based activists. Such as we have the Marcus Garvey, and W.E.B. Du Bois, B-O-I-S, Boys, and the Nigeria students who joined those from other colonies in Pan-African groups, who joined those from other colonies in Pan-African groups. And the African groups include the West African Students Union, which we know as West African Students Union, which was founded in London in 1925. This West African Students Union was founded in London in 1925. Should I put that down? in 1925. They were later became so crucial of colonial rule that they started championing in cause of self-government, constitutional and social reforms, and eventually independence. One of the social reform demand was the religious raxing practiced by the European missionaries and public servants. Please permit me to clean the board. So they were later to become a crucial to colonial rule that they started championing the cause of self-government. One of the social reform demand was the religious practiced by the European missionaries and public servants. Should we put that one down? Social reform demand. Reform demanded was the religion. The religio or religious? Religious raxing. Practiced by the European missionaries. League servants. In the economic sector, the import and export trade were dominated by European traders and a few commercial firms. In the economic sector, the import export, traits, were dominated by European traders. And commercial firm. In those economic sector, the import and export trades were dominated by European traders and a few commercial firms. So that's as that. According to Tutor in 1973, by 1917, there were 77 European trading firms in Nigeria. By 1917, there were 77 European trading firms in Nigeria, which include United African Company, the UAC, the CFAO, the SCAO, and the PZ. This firm came together with other European firms to form a cartel called Association of West African Merchants, AWAM. Those firms came together with other Okay, Mr. Joe says, please ma, I can't see the last sentence completely. So permit me to adjust my I believe we can see that now. I believe we can see that. Sorry about that. With other these firms comes together with others European firms, with other European thing from the network. The network is kindly association. Okay, let me just bring it up so that we can see clearly. Permit me to clean this place. Okay. Okay, I'm bringing this up back. So they said the firm came together with other European firms to form a cartel, and they named the cartel Association of West African Merchants. AWA. Sorry about that, is a thing from the network. Sorry, so sorry. I believe we can see the board clearly now. Okay. So they said, according to Tutor in 1973, by 1917, there were 77 European trading firms in Nigeria, which include the UAC, the CFAO, the SCOA, the PZ. The UAC stand for United African Company, the Peterson Zakionis. And they said these firms they came together with other European firms to form a cartel called Association of West African Merchants. Association of West African Merchants, the AWAM, which was used to control price of both was used. I'm sorry about that, man. The network is a bit frustrating, but I believe it's all back to normal now. The Association of West African Merchants was used to control prices, of both manufactured goods they sold, and the cash crops they sold. And the cash crops brought from African farmers. So Ayo made us know that Ayo made it clear that in 1973, that's when he was telling us that according to him, by 1917 there were 77 European trading firms in Nigeria, and these firms come together with other European firms to form a cartel called Association of West African Merchants, AWAM. So they said this AWAM was used to control price. The firms they form, the cartel they form, the association is used to control the price of both manufactured goods they sold and the cash crops bought from an African farmer. Sorry about that. That was a thing from the network. They had no control over the prices of farm implements and other imported goods bought from the European firms, and at the same time they had no control over the price of their own farm produce like cocoa, cotton, cash crops and others. You know, when the firms comes together to get with the European firms and they form cartel, which was the Association of West African Merchants, and they used it to control the price of both manufactured goods and they sold, and the cash crops brought from African farmers. Sorry, this one I'm saying African farmers. So the farmers had no control. They have no control over their own farm produce again. They can't give them the price that this is the price I'm going to sell it, this is the price we are going to sell it. They have no control over their farm produce anymore and other farm implements. They bought from European firm, and at the same time they even have to buy from the European firm now because they've all sold everything they have to them, and because of the fame and the cartel that was formed, that came together. So let me put that down. Africa farmer had no control over prices of farm sorry about that, farm implementation. Implements from implements and other imported goods. I believe we can still see the board clearly. Okay. Now, to even worsen the situation, was the monopoly enjoyed by the Lebanese, Zairian, and the Indians over retail trading because they could not easily attract credit facilities from the European firms and loans from their banks. The control of the economy was totally in the hand of expatriates. So the detriment of Africa, who found it difficult to compete with the European in the import and export of business for lack of capital base. Can I still write here? Okay. The wage employment opportunity was another factor that aided the early nationalism in Nigeria. I don't think I should write here so that we can see it clearly. Please permit me to clean the board. The wage employment opportunity. Okay. Opportunity was another factor that aided the early nationalism, in Nigeria. The wage employment opportunity was another factor that aided the early nationalism in Nigeria. So that is that. In the early 1920s, sequel to the Clifford's Constitution, there were several types of non-political association consisting of professional and business men. Let's put that down. In the early 1920s, I believe we can see the board clearly and my writing, I hope, is okay. sequel to the Clifford's JFF or DS Clifford's Constitution. There were several types of non-political associations consisting of professional and business men. There were Thank you, Miss Regina. She said, yes, madam, I can see the board. Thank you, ma. Clifford Constitution, there were several types of non-political associations consisting of professionals. Professional and businessmen. Such are the Nigeria Union of Teachers, the NUT, the Nigeria Law Association, NLA, which was later to provide trained leadership for such political groups, and Nigeria Produce Trader Association. Okay, let's put that down. There were several types of non-political association consisting of professional and businessmen. So we have number 1, Nigeria Union of Teachers. The NUT. And we have Nigeria Law Association. Law Association. NLA. Okay, we have that as that. Which was later to provide trained leadership for such political groups, and the Nigerian Produce Teachers Association. Okay, we have Nigeria Produce Traders Association. Permit me to abbreviate, please, which we know as NPTS. Sorry, NPTA. And this particular group was led by Chief Obafemi Awolowo. I believe we can. Oh, sorry. Okay, I will have to put that up. Permit me to clean this so I can put that up. I said the Nigerian Produce Trader Association, the NPTA, was led by Chief Obafemi. It should be in capital letter. What is the name? Person Obafemi Awolowo. Enough space. Sorry about the network. By the mid-1940s, the major ethnic group had formed such association. We have such as the Igbo Federal Union, the Egbe Omo Oduduwa, a Yoruba cultural movement formed in Lagos by Obafemi Awolowo. So let's put that down. I believe we can still see the board clearly. Okay. Okay, let's just put it this way. Mid 1940s. Major ethnic groups had formed such association such as the Igbo Federal Union, the IFU, and the ẹgbẹ́ ọmọ Odùduwà. And the Ẹgbẹ́ Ọmọ Odùduwà is a Yoruba cultural movement formed in London. Formed in London by Obafemi Awolowo, by Chief Obafemi Awolowo in 1948. By the mid-1940s, the major ethnic groups had formed associations such as the Igbo Federation Union, the IFU, and the Ẹgbẹ́ Ọmọ Odùduwà, a Yoruba cultural movement formed in London by Chief Obafemi Awolowo in the year 1948. Another type of organization that was more politically inclined was the youth or students group, such as the West African Students Union, WASU. Okay, that can still stay here. Okay. Another type of organizations that was more politically inclined was the, can it still say youth? Can we see that? Okay, we can see. Was the youth or students groups such as the West Africa Students Union. WAU. S-U. Waso. So let's take the last segment of the class before we call it a wrap for today. Permit me to clean the board, please. Okay, let's take this. The principal figure in the political activity that ensued was Albert Macaulay, often referred to as the father of Nigeria nationalism. Okay, let's take that. The principal figure in the political activity that ensued was Albert Macaulay often refer to as the father of Nigerian nationalism. So Albert Macaulay was referred to father of Nigerian nationalism. He aroused political awareness through his newspaper. Let me put that down. Albert Macaulay, aroused political awareness through his newspaper. the daily the Lagos Daily News. The Lagos Daily News. Sorry, it's supposed to be in capital letter. Daily News. So he arose political awareness through his newspaper, and the newspaper is the Lagos Daily News, while leading the Nigerian National Democratic Party, which denominated elections in Lagos from its founding in 1922. While leading the Nigerian National Democratic Party, NNDP, in 1922. Sorry, is a thing from the network. On this note, we'll call it a wrap for tonight. Don't forget to submit your notes to subsequent class, and don't forget to like. I'll see you in subsequent class. See you. Bye bye.